Now at 5 a.m., this is WKYT This Morning. A camping trip ends tragically at the Red River Gorge. An 11-year-old boy, a scout there, has died. A tree fell on him. Why? Crews say his death has been very tough on them.
Also, the end of a heated campaign season is nearly here. Election day is tomorrow. We'll look ahead to Kentucky's U.S. Senate candidates' final campaign stops.
And a Transylvania student's memory will have a permanent place on campus. How this year's senior class is honoring Mary Catherine Stewart. That in your forecast coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky mornings start right here on WKYT, and it is so good to have you with us. I'm Andrea Walker.
And I'm Bill Bryan, and here we are Monday, November 7th. It's Election Eve in America. Hope you had a nice weekend, because it's going to be an interesting week ahead, whatever happens, right? And we're going to be checking weather from time to time to see how that affects things. It shouldn't on Election Day. It looks good.
I know, everything's looking good, Micah.
Very good, because here's the deal. The rain will hold off until later on in the evening and off in the night, so it shouldn't really affect us during the morning or afternoon hours. That's the timing on it now. We'll show you that hour by hour forecast just a few minutes. Live sky camera, there's your look outside. We're there in the 30s and 40s, kind of depending on where you are, but nonetheless, it is chilly anywhere you walk outside early this morning. We head into your afternoon. A really, really nice day in store. Roughly 70 degrees, we'll take it. But the focus of the forecast is not so much today, nor is it tomorrow. We're talking about a pattern buster in the forecast, actually two of them. And these are going to be fronts that really, really knock out that warm pattern we've been in the past, couple of months. It's not with us anymore, not for maybe even the rest of the year off into next year. I'm going to show you how low we go with those temperatures coming up in just a few short minutes.
All right, we're still tracking wildfires that are burning in eastern Kentucky this morning. At last check, the Kentucky Division of Forestry says they are handling 24 fires in that region. They say the biggest fires are Pine Mountain in Harlan County and the Eagle's Nest fire in Breathitt County. Forestry officials say they hope to get the fires under control in the next few days.
We've got our containment lines in. The fire is roughly 3,000 acres in size. We've been on it 3 days. We had multiple crews on it. Got our power commission in on it. They got pumpers and engines, and we're looking to maybe try to get a grasp on it tomorrow.
Nearly 400 workers from across the state are helping with those relief efforts.
We have learned some new information overnight about the death of a Louisville Boy Scout.
It's really a tragic situation. The search and rescue crews say 11-year-old Jack Rose died on a camping trip at the Red River Gorge. WKYT's Lauren Miner is at our live desk this morning with some new details. Lauren, what have we now learned on this?
Well, this morning we have learned from WDRB that 11-year-old Jack was with Troop 30 in Louisville. He was one of 20 scouts on that trip to the gorge. Jack was camping near Chimney Top Creek with his troop when a dead tree landed on his tent with him inside. A pair of doctors who were camping nearby, along with search and rescue, attempted CPR, but the tree hit Rose in the head, killing him instantly. Wolfe County Search and Rescue says the 18-inch diameter tree that fell was rotten at the base.
I mean, we hear them fall all the time when we're, out doing rescues. It's not that uncommon for trees to be falling, so you just do need to be mindful, when you're around one of those trees. You never know what condition a tree could be in.
Leaders with Boy Scouts of America released a statement after Jack's death. They say, quote, "We will do all we can to support the family of this young man. We will be offering grief counseling to our members and volunteers," end quote. John May, who you just heard from a few moments ago, says he's seen a lot of tragedy during his 13 years as a search and rescue volunteer, but says this has been the toughest. Reporting at the live desk, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Visitation starts tonight for a man who died after an ATV crash in eastern Kentucky over the weekend. Investigators say Tyler Fugate was driving an ATV near the Perry-Knott County line early yesterday morning when the ATV went off an embankment. Fugate was taken to Hazard Medical Center where he died. According to his obituary, Fugate was a student at Bluegrass Community and Technical College. He worked with Kelly Services in Georgetown. Maggard Funeral Home in Hazard is handling the funeral arrangements. His visitation is tonight starting at 6 o'clock. The funeral is set for tomorrow afternoon at 1.
We're still waiting to hear back from the Garrett County coroner about a death investigation in Lancaster. We don't know many details this moment, but we do know this. The coroner is calling 31-year-old Bethany Floyd Floyd's death suspicious. She was found dead inside a home on Price Court in Lancaster on Saturday night. Her cause of death has not been released at this point. Floyd's body has been taken to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Election day is tomorrow. We have seen a heated campaign season, as we know, in all the national as well as the state races.
Definitely. We're keeping a close eye on Kentucky's U.S. Senate race this morning. Democrat and Lexington Mayor Jim Gray is challenging incumbent Republican Senator Rand Paul for the seat. WKYT's Mike Byer is live in Lexington looking ahead to their campaign stops today. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Andrea. The polls open in about 24 hours, and today the two men in Kentucky's U.S. Senate race are making a combined 17 stops around the state. Now, Senator Rand Paul is kicking things off this morning at the Aviation Museum here in Lexington. Paul will also be making stops in Louisville and Elizabethtown along the way before ending the day in his hometown of Bowling Green. His challenger, Lexington Mayor Jim Gray, is getting some high-profile help in his quest to unseat the senator. We've learned from former Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear will be with Gray during his 9 stops today from Pikeville to Paducah. Kentucky's U.S. Senate candidates have struggled to excite voters as the two compete with the presidential race. Now we will be live tomorrow when the polls open at 6 a.m. and we will have special edition coverage throughout the day, and we will be here as the numbers come in. Now, if you plan to vote tomorrow but don't know where to cast your ballot, you can find helpful information on WKYT.com. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. We do need to get this in. Janet Reno, the first woman to serve as U.S. Attorney General, and it was the epicenter of several political storms during Bill Clinton's administration, has died. Reno's goddaughter says she died early this morning from complications of Parkinson's disease. Janet Reno, 78 years old.
And we are sticking with politics. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump make their final case to voters in several key states today, just one day before Election Day.
But FBI Director James Comey's letter to Congress on the investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server is still making headlines. Reed Binion has the latest on Campaign 2016.
We have seen Director Comey's latest letter to the Hill. We're glad that this matter is resolved.
Hillary Clinton's communications director, Jennifer Palmieri, reacting to Sunday's news about Clinton's private email server probe. FBI Director James Comey sending a new letter to Congress, stating that his agency is sticking with its July decision not to file criminal charges against Clinton. It comes after Comey's letter to Congress 10 days ago, saying the FBI had found new emails that could be pertinent to the probe. After a round-the-clock investigation, it seems they're not. Donald Trump criticizing the FBI's handling of the matter.
You can't review 650,000 new emails in 8 days. Hillary Clinton is guilty. She knows it. The FBI knows it. The people know it.
Some Democrats, including Congressman Elijah Cummings, expressing approval for Comey's Sunday announcement.
I'm glad he came forward to clear it up. This should have never happened.
Cummings also slamming Trump for his comments on the issue.
Donald Trump saying that it's worse than Watergate, and he didn't even know what the hell he was talking about.
Trump's campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, struggling to defend the nominee's speculation about the case in recent weeks.
Everybody speculated for 9 days. Everybody on CNN speculated 24/7.
If everybody jumped off a bridge, it doesn't mean you should jump off a bridge, too.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
A Transylvania student's memory will now live on forever on campus.
22-year-old Mary Catherine Stewart died back in March during a hiking accident at the Raven Run Nature Sanctuary. Transy's class of 2016 raised more than $20,000 to build a pavilion. It was dedicated to Katie yesterday, all part of their senior challenge. One of Katie's friends told us not a day goes by that she doesn't think of her.
Katie really made a mark on our Transylvania community. We just loved her dearly, and we were devastated when we heard the news of the accident because she did have such a profound impact on us.
To make the day even more special, Katie's former employers, Crank and Boom Ice Cream and a Cup of Commonwealth, set up shop at the ceremony, and they provided free drinks and food. And no doubt shared lots of stories about her. Yeah. Apparently a very special young lady. WKYT This Morning is just getting started on your Monday, and it's so good to have you along with us here.
And still ahead on WKYT, you may want to check your laundry closet. One major brand is recalling nearly 3 million washing machines. We'll find out why in about 10 minutes.
And some barnyard animals are helping clean up after Halloween. They may not get any candy, but they sure do get a treat. And we'll have that story after Micah's forecast.
We have 30s and 40s outside early this morning. It's kind of a chilly start to the day. We go through the day, no problems today or tomorrow, but tomorrow night into Wednesday, big changes come with some rain. I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
It's a good look out there early this morning, and that's on the roadways and anywhere you take off. I will tell you this, it's a little bit chilly. We're sitting there in the 30s and 40s, but it looks good there on I-75. As cars pass on by, you can see everything's flowing pretty nicely throughout 75 throughout here in Lexington. 48 right now in Lexington, and then we go north, south, east, or west. Doesn't really matter. It's chilly anywhere you look. Roughly 50 degrees there in Moorhead, and you work your way down south. We're at 49 Jackson, and then go off into the mountains. We're sitting there in the 30s. 32 now in Monticello, a cold spot down south in Wayne County. Get into your afternoon, roughly 30-degree swing from where we are this morning. We'll get towards 70 degrees later on today. It's a really nice day in store. And this weekend was actually pretty nice. I mean, we stayed in the 50s and 60s, but nonetheless, we were getting warmer each and every day. And like I said, we'll finish off right around 70 degrees, mostly sunny skies. No problems whatsoever. Election day on Tuesday looks dry. However, election night, you head off into Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. When most of us are asleep, that's when the rain moves on in. It's not going to be a lot of rain, but it is there, at least the chance of it. The first front brings a chill. You're going to see temperatures right there in the upper 40s, lower 50s on your Wednesday, and then off into Thursday sitting there in the 50s. Pretty chilly air. Cold air arrives later on this weekend where you get a cold spell. Boom, it hits us, and we're talking highs only in the upper 40s, lower 50s. It's going to be very, very cold there on this Saturday. So Wednesday is a cold day. Saturday is a really cold day. Other than that, they're just chilly days, as you'll see there in my 7-day forecast. So here's the look of it. So today, roughly 70 degrees. Tomorrow, remember, there is a chance of rain, but it's mainly during the night when a lot of us have already went out to the polls, and a lot of us are sitting there in the house waiting on these results to come in. That's when it looks like some rain should move on in. So that's Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Pretty cold day there on Wednesday. I mean, we'll still have the clouds around, winds gusty out of the northwest, and look at those temperatures, upper 40s, lower 50s. Now, Thursday and Friday look pretty good. Friday's Veterans Day. Off towards your weekend, I don't see much of a chance of rain, but nonetheless, it is going to be very, very chilly. Maybe our first freeze later on this weekend on Sunday morning after those highs, guys. Only in the upper 40s, lower 50s. Here comes some cold air that everybody has been saying, where is it? Why are we dealing with these 70s and 80s?
Why were we looking for it?
I don't know.
We should have just let it lie.
That's what I tell people when they stop me in public and they're like, what's wrong with this air? I'm like, what's wrong with it?
Everything's
What's
right
wrong
with it, y'all.
man?
I agree.
It's been really nice, but that's long gone, guys. This pattern's going to change big time.
You remember what I kept saying? It'll get here.
It'll get here sooner or later.
5:15 on WKYT this morning. If you're looking to get rid of your Halloween jack-o'-lantern, you might want to turn to the farm.
Turns out plenty of livestock love to munch on your unwanted pumpkins.
Yeah.
These sheep at Whispering Pines Farm in South Carolina, they love leftovers. Not only are pumpkins a treat, but they're also good for the animals. And you can tell these sheep really like it. You got some orange noses, I believe, somewhere in there. These sheep already have another holiday to look forward to as well. They also like to dine on Christmas trees, needles, bark, and all.
Well, this is their time of year, then.
I know.
Like, doesn't it?
Holidays are good for the sheep.
All right. Coming up on WKYT this morning at 5:16, we have a lot more news to tell you about, and it's so good to have you up and at it with us.
When we come back, we'll take a look at your money.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT this morning.
Good morning again. Welcome back in. WKYT this morning on the air on your Monday at 5:19. There is another recall from Samsung this morning, and this time it's not for cell phones.
And one company is helping out if you need a ride to the polls tomorrow. Roxana Saberi has the latest on your money.
Investors are anxiously awaiting the outcome of Tuesday's presidential election. A solid U.S. jobs report on Friday failed to calm nerves. On Wall Street, the Dow dropped 42 points. The Nasdaq lost 12. Samsung is recalling nearly 3 million top-load washing machines in the U.S. The move follows reports of injuries caused by the tops of the machines detaching during use. Owners should check with Samsung to see if their washer is involved. The South Korean company is offering repairs, rebates, and refunds. This is the latest blow to Samsung after recalling its Galaxy Note 7 smartphone following reports of overheating and fires. Need a ride to the polls? Zipcar is offering its members free access to more than 7,000 cars on election night. You can sign up on Zipcar's website or app. The car-sharing company says it wants to encourage people to cast their votes. That's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. In New York, I'm Roxana Saberi.
Election Day will be a paid holiday for thousands of workers across the U.S. this year.
General Motors is one of many companies that make Election Day a paid holiday. Other companies are joining in that trend. Ford Motor Company sent an email to workers telling them every vote counts. Outdoor clothing company Patagonia is closing all of its retail stores, its headquarters in California and its distribution center in Nevada. But there is no federal law requiring workers to get time off to vote, and state laws vary. So there you go.
Well, we know we're never going to get Election Day off, for sure.
No.
But I do think that it's a good idea for
Right.
other places.
If they can do that,
Right.
certainly. And, you know, work with your employer. They're trying to get you the time. And state government requires workers to be allowed time to vote and so forth. All right, good to have you with us. 5:21 the time, Monday morning on WKYT.
Sports is on the way next.
Mark Stoops said his team lacked one particular thing in Saturday night's loss to Georgia, and the UK basketball Cats put on a show Sunday in Rupp. Your high-flying highlights are coming up in sports.
We're staying dry this morning, and when we go into the afternoon, we're still going to be dry. We'll be seeing those temperatures right there around 70 degrees. Defender Radar Network, nothing happening today. It's really nice. You're talking about 70 degrees later on this afternoon, but it's pretty chilly this morning. So kids going off to the bus stop early this morning, you'll need that coat with them, and maybe you grabbing a coat before you take off. But later on this afternoon, roughly 70 degrees, sunshine, looks really good. We have some big changes in the forecast. We'll go over that coming up. First, let's check out sports, see what's going on.
In a true David versus Goliath meeting on the Rupp Arena floor on Sunday night, Kentucky hosted Asbury for its final exhibition game, but unlike in the Bible, David really didn't have a chance in this one. Kentucky had 60 points off fast break points. Derek Willis throwing it down in the open court. The score was 88-25 at halftime. The second half became a dunk contest. Malik Monk driving through the defense and finishing high above the rim, 105-28, and that may not have been his best dunk of the night. Here's another one from Monk, the two-handed reverse dunk. The lead would grow to as many as 102. The best dunk of the night came in the final minute by the senior Michael Mulder. Look out. The Asbury defender probably wishes he didn't jump on that one. Mulder had 20 points off the bench, and Kentucky wins 156-63, despite a very good effort by Asbury. They were just outmatched last night. The 156 points, a new single-game UK record for an exhibition game. That regular season starts on Friday. Well, a 25-yard field goal in the final seconds was the difference in a 27-24 win for Georgia over Kentucky on Saturday night. The Wildcats controlled the pace for much of the game and had an 8-point lead in the third quarter, but costly turnovers like this one in the second half and the inability to capitalize on Georgia's mistakes kept UK from winning for a sixth time this season.
I really didn't feel like we had an edge about us today, though. I just didn't like just a certain look in our eye. I think our players wanted it to happen, and I don't know. I just got to do a better job of getting them to play with that mentality and that edge and that urgency that it takes.
We just didn't have the edge. Like he said, we expected to win this game. We didn't fight to win this game. So that's one thing we need to do come next week with Tennessee on our schedule, come out and fight for that one.
They'll come out and fight early as the Wildcats have that early wake-up call Saturday at Tennessee. It'll be a noon Eastern kickoff from Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, televised by the SEC Network. And that's a look at your morning sports. Have a great Monday.